All right, what's good, folks? You already know what time it is. Luca brought back.
I'm back.
We live from the bricks.
Yes, sir.
Views from the bricks with none other. Y'all done seen him on here plenty of times. Y'all gonna be seeing him a lot more. We got the brother, the Kai.
Back to the bricks from my backs on the bricks.
He came from the dojo.
I'm
I had to
back.
pull up, man. So we gotta talk about. I don't know. You want to talk about 7-minute drill first? You want to talk about the apology?
First of all, how you doing, man? You okay?
He's like, you good?
You feeling all right, man?
Man.
Things going on okay?
Man.
How you been lately?
I could be better, but you know.
Let's jump right into it, man.
So first,
we can start with 7.
We can start with 7-minute drill. All right. I know you have some things to say about me and my boy Flaw's takes on the Kendrick diss. First off, I just want to say I didn't think that the verse itself wasn't a trash verse. I just thought as a diss, I've heard better disses. So
what makes it like?
when I compare it to, let's compare it to, I'm gonna get some flack for this. It's okay, all right. I'll stand on everything I say. When I compare it to back, Drake was actually taking some directives. It was certain lines that Drake said that you know it was towards Meek that you felt. Is that your girl's tour? Was that your girl's tour? You know what I'm saying? Little lines like that.
Right.
You getting by singing it. Little stuff like that. I felt like with Kendrick, the Big 3 line was impactful, but I just think it still wasn't strong enough for me.
Well, number one, the Big 3 line like shook up the industry.
Yeah.
It's really what propelled the song and got all it. So it was very impactful. But you forget all like the double entendres and stuff that came before that. Like, I think that a lot of the stuff that he said lyrically was real intricate. Went right over your head. And I think that a lot of people, all they recognize is the surface stuff. When you're in beef, a lot of the stuff sometimes is, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. They may not know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of stuff, when you listen to people, they think, yeah, this is going to be dope because it's going to be a lyrical, it's going to be rap. Okay, then that's what you're going to get. You got to be ready for that. It's not going to be, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat mother. It's not going to be that. But that's what people want. You know what I'm saying? They want disrespect out the gate. They don't really want rapidy rap, shit like that. They want Tyson. They don't want Mayweather. And that's what they got. He gave you a whole bunch of stuff. It just...
I did like the fact that this is a good moment for hip hop. We rarely get moments like these. So I thought that
it was short lived.
It was short lived. And then J.COLE obviously responds with 7-minute drill. What was your opinion on him, coming back with 7-minute drill?
I appreciate him coming back. That's what we wanted. Hey, don't just get pushed around, come back. And that's exactly what he did. I wasn't in it. I did like the second part. The conductor part, he was talking. My problem is when you listen to the project, when you listen to stuff like Sticks and Stones and Pie, he's talking to Kendrick, but he's talking in a way that he should have been talking to Kendrick. But I think, those songs have plausible deniability. If you ask him, he could say, I wasn't talking about. And 7-minute drill is clearly about him. It's like, why is your most potent shit like you're hiding, but your most direct shit? Well, I just did a 7-minute drill. I just wrote this in 7 minutes. You could have done that the day after, like that came out. If we're just doing 7-minute drills, you could have wrote a diss 7 minutes and then put that shit out. I don't fall for that, bro. It was a 3-minute song, beat switch, 2 verses, a hook, no double entendres. You fell off like The Simpsons. That ain't gonna get it. That dog ain't gonna hunt. I thought this was, to be the best rapper, you gotta rap best.
Okay, I will say this. I bet you if he had a different type of beat, I think it was the beat was too kind of monotone for that diss.
He's monotone, and his energy was off. And clearly, he came out and said it was cap. He didn't even believe the stuff that he was saying, and he had a hard time saying it.
He had some lines in there though where I was like, okay, and the disrespectful stuff, regardless of what people feel about To Pimp a Butterfly, because not my favorite Kendrick project.
We're gonna talk about that.
But when he said, he calls it trash, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, oh, okay, It was his tone. I think he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was saying some stuff, man. I'm like, all right,
It's
cool.
like-
But the tone wasn't kind of like, he wasn't as aggressive. For me, I'm like, okay, all right, my dog has clapped back.
It's like seeing a fight in high school. A dude pushes another dude, and he pushes him back, but you could tell, like, yo, he don't want to fight. Hey, stall him out, bro. He don't want to fight. Stall him out. He don't want to fight. The funny part about it is, I had some time to sit down and think about it. The contrast between To Pimp a Butterfly and what J. Cole is actually going through right now is crazy. When you think of the poem that's being read all through To Pimp a Butterfly, that's exactly what he was saying in the apology. I was conflicted. You know what I'm saying? And then I think that this is a good moment for J. Cole, right? I love, like, a lot of my heroes are people who have this pivot moment when they have to go against the grain, when it's unpopular. So while I am mad, like, two things can be right at the same time, right? So on one side of the fence, I'm mad as a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? Who I have no problem with lyrical warfare. That's what I wanted because it brings the purity of what hip hop really is. I wanted that. You asked for that. You've been talking this whole time like you that guy. And the first time you get smacked in the face, you apologize. On the other side of the fence, I'm a grown-ass man. So to watch somebody follow their conscience and their heart when it's unpopular in front of everybody and take that L, that's impressive to me, right? And the reason why it's impressive, I feel like Kendrick Lamar has 3 classics. My favorite classic is To Pimp a Butterfly.
What other two?
Damn and Good Kid, Mad City.
I like Good Kid, Mad City, and I like Damn. The reason I didn't.
Oh.
I'll go.
After Good Kid, Mad City, he's a skyrocket. Mm-hmm. All he has to do is make another Good Kid, Mad City. And he's straight, and that's all people wanted. Give me another Poetic Justice. You know, give me another Swimming Pool. That's all we want. We love that stuff. The problem is, after all the success of Good Kid, Mad City, he goes to Africa. He sees something different. He feels something different. He goes to Robben's Island where Mandela was in prison. He sees something different. He feels something different. He hears something different. Now, do I make another Good Kid, or do I follow what I feel? And he did. And it, like, divided hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what Cole's doing right now.
Well, I mean, I remember listening to Pimp a Butterfly because, you know, it was like Good Kid, Mad City just dropped. So, like, we're all waiting for that. Because Kendrick he still is that guy, but at that time, it was all eyes on K-Dot. When he dropped Good Kid, Mad City,
Yep.
shook the world. You could not, that's all. I was quoting lines from, like, a lot of them songs on Facebook. And I remember I heard To Pimp a Butterfly, and I'm like, dang, man, like, what the?
You know what it did? You know what it did for me? I remember that time. It divided, it exposed what people really listen to hip hop for.
Yeah.
When it hit, it was like a major controversy because it's like, oh, half of these people, I just want to hear good beats and vibe. And the other people want to hear a message. You know what I'm saying? And it like split everything. In the last 12 years, there's been 3 major like volatile moments in hip hop. Kendrick Lamar is responsible for all 3 of them. This, when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, because it changed a lot on how people approach music, and Control.
Yeah.
He's the one, bro.
Not control, shit things up. You know, as a Cole, and I get it, people, and I'm agree to disagree on the apology. I get it, right? Mm-hmm. That's his choice. So I'm not, I'm upset because I'm a Cole fan. So I was upset, like, dog, like, no, like, this is we in war. Like, why? Like, not right now. Because I didn't think it's his conscience, and I respect it.
Right.
I feel like this battle didn't need a apology because this is 2 friends going at
it. It really didn't. It really didn't. And when you think about it, man, motherfucking Jay-Z is smashing Nas's baby mama. Then he makes Super Ugly. He's talking about Iverson and him leaving condoms in the baby seat. He had to apologize, and then he apologized, and then started dissing again, but just not in the same way. They violated each other. No violence. They laugh about it nowadays. They're the best of friends. So no, it was never going to be that. I really felt like either you shouldn't have said nothing because we love J. Cole so much and we see him as a good person. He's way more likable than Kendrick Lamar. He's way more relatable than Kendrick Lamar. We love J. Cole. If J. Cole would have been like, man, when Like That came out, man, I'm not getting into all of that. We would have gave him the pass. Like, hey, man, it's J. Cole. It's really towards Drake anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would have gave him the pass. All right, either don't do it or finish it up. Win, lose, or draw, just finish it up. We don't care. You got to finish this up. When it first started, I was like, between the three of them, they all can stop now if they wanted to. Nobody's career is going to get hurt. This one hurt him. The apology hurt him. You know what I'm saying? But it also gives him an opportunity, just like Kendrick before the Pimp a Butterfly, to make something great.
I think the fall off. I think he's coming with.
He's got to revisit it.
Yeah, well, because when he dropped the new project, I didn't expect much from it. I'm like, this is just something he's throwing out. This is a teaser. This is the real thing. But yeah, I felt like I was disappointed in the apology because I'm like, man, because like the new kids say, when it's up, it's up. So don't run from the fade. You're that guy. We look at him like that. You know how vocal I am about Cole. I've said it for years. I look at him like that guy.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
And then when I see that, I put on Nas down immediately. Man.
It's you know what it is? It's certain. I liked a lot about the apology as a man on a human side.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I didn't like that I think he should have left out. Hey man, if you're gonna hit me back, man, I got my chin out. I'm gonna be like, bruh, don't say that shit. Just, hey, this didn't feel right with me. That's my brother. I just don't feel comfortable. It felt like Cap downgrading this. I respect it. That part, like, nah, you're making yourself look real bad. On a human side, I'm impressed. On a rap side, it's unforgivable.
Yeah, no, he took the Kendrick won this. I was expecting at least about 2 more disses.
Rap beefs go about 4 rounds. You're only gonna get about 4 records before we decide, oh, this person won. We get tired of it.
But it was kind of like it was just one of those moments where it's just, all right, I'm throwing it in the towel. So I'm disappointed in him, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it right for the rap side. I think he didn't have to do I get it. I don't think he should have did the apology publicly.
It took balls, bro.
I don't think he should have did it publicly.
Like I said, on the human side, to do the most unpopular thing, to take an L, to make yourself look weak and to be vulnerable in front of your crowd and the world, knowing what the reaction is going to be, that took balls. I'm impressed by that. That's some manhood stuff. It's rough, bro. Like, I think that this is going to damage him. I think we could wash this big 3 stuff away.
Good segue. God, my dog. Good segue.
I'm here for you, bro. We can wash that away.
Good segue.
It's just one.
It's
just one.
So the big 3 is broken up now.
It never was, but now it's solid. One guy, yeah, he's had some beefs. He picks and chooses his beefs. He's been saved from a beef. We've never seen anything like that. Before the apology, I watched a grown rapper get saved from a beef that he was losing. Nobody saved him when he was going against Meek because he was winning. He was picking and choosing. But he got saved from a beef. I ain't never seen nothing like that. So, is that a bigger L than this? Being saved from a beef? Yeah. And you just, for a lot of people, for a growing consensus, they felt like he was up 1-0.
He was. Well, with Meek, he was. And
no, I'm talking about Cole.
Oh, Cole. Yeah.
Between the audience, it is, for me, I still had Kendrick up, but for a lot of people, they had him up. He gave him a whole song, a 3-minute song. They had him up. So for him to throw in the towel when he was up is a little different than Jay Prince going, all right. Don't touch my guy.
I think the big 3 did exist in a sense because we the people put that out there. All right, we already know when Drake was out. And then Kendrick's coming up, he brings up Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? He brings up Kendrick with him. Brings up Cole with him. It was like, okay, this is the big 3. And then you had You know, you had Sean and Wale. You know what I'm saying? All the starting five in a sense. We can agree.
Sean was Sean before Drake was Drake.
No, I'm not saying that.
And I feel like Drake borrowed a lot from Sean.
Well,
and I think Sean would have been a part of this, but the little guy from Compton has had his foot on his neck this whole time. But is Sean hits-wise and lyrically, I think he's on par. I mean, hits-wise, I think he's got more than J. Cole. I forgot all about that till I watched the Tiny Desk concert and be like, man, this guy had some stuff.
They got some hits.
Lyrically, I think he's right there with Cole. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, he's
Sci-Hi, Black Thought.
But see, Sci-Hi and Black Thought, we kind of, since they're not like mainstream like that, they don't get their credit they deserve.
They don't.
They're nice, but you know what I'm saying? There's and like even the other people such as the Royces and you know there's other
for the model, give me a mid BPM jazzy beat and I spit hot stuff. For that model, which is J. Cole's model, there's a lot of people who do that better than him. But a lot of people don't have a Jay-Z cosign from the beginning. I feel like J. Cole, because of his relatability, has been selected. He's Barack Obama. He was selected to be amongst them. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was chosen. But there's a lot of people that do better that. When you look at Kendrick, okay, his motto is Outkast, Nas, Mos Def, Rakim. Mm-hmm. It's different. You can put on the Quimini, play the whole record, and then play To Pimp a Butterfly right after that.
Yeah,
it flows just the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's like a continuation. So they're from different models. And the fact that Kendrick is a conscious rapper who only makes conscious, like, concept albums is still right here with Drake says a lot. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to make hits. You can't argue money with him. He don't care. And he's rich.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm not excited about. I think that the J. Cole and Kendrick situation offered us a rare opportunity to have pure hip-hop battle. When Drake comes, the only way he can beat Kendrick is being petty and messy.
Which he's good at.
That's what he's going to do. This is going to be different. It's going to take it to another place, and I'm not really looking forward to that.
Drake is that homeboy that y'all known each other for years. Y'all got dirt on each other, and when y'all get pissed off. Hey man, you remember that one time? That's with Drake. That's what Drake.
That's why you cheated on your girl. That shit, like, what the fuck?
That's how Drake is.
I'm not looking forward to that, but he need to come on with the come on.
He's coming. I know it. But like I said,
he ain't got no choice.
He's coming though. I don't know what's taking so long.
He gotta get his team together. You don't even trust that this dude is writing his own stuff, man. He got to get his research team together.
I think he writes. I might say that he ain't barred.
Now.
I might say he ain't barred no writers, but I feel like there's no way that everything that he's been coming out.
He's a pop act. In order to last as long as he's lasted, as a person of a certain age, you grow out of that cool stuff after a while because the new generation is coming up with new stuff that is beyond you. If you're a superstar, you're so far away from them, you can't stay in touch with that. So you need people to keep you in touch with what's going on so you can stay relevant. He's a like an entity.
Do you think Drake's him co-signing people, is that being genuine or is he doing that on some marketing kind of?
I think that's his wave. Like Buddy with Big Sean sort of took from Big Sean. Buddy with doing Future and 21 and Dirk and J. Cole. That's how he stays relevant. It's if I associate myself with you, they'll associate me with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes with you, if I hang around you long enough, if that's the hood crowd is going to associate with me now. That's all he does. He goes from look at album to album. He was grimy and from London and stuff like that for one album. He used them for their stuff and he was gone. Then he was from the islands. He used them for their stuff and he was gone. Drama's still mad at this guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's a succubus, bro. He finds what's good about a particular culture or a wave. He rides the wave. He takes from it. He produces something, and he gets out of there.
Can Cole? You think can Cole kind of recover from this?
I think that he's going to have to sit down with this L. But it's the perfect opportunity to create something great. You're not a great writer until you lived long enough to have gone through some stuff to really put some stuff. You know what I'm saying? He is in a great spot. Sit down, take this L. He don't really listen to what too many people say anyways, and this was his failure this time was he was listening to too many voices. Sit down, soak all this in, revisit the fall off, and make songs based on your experience. They'll love you all over again. It don't take much. Just make hits. They don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'm still a fan, so regardless, I ain't switching up on them. You know, but I
love them.
I got caught out of the critics. You're like, we got to stop this. All like it's weird. I seen people switch up. They were with the disses. This is stop, man. This is a combat sport. Competition has been birthed since the Cold Crush and the Furious 5 days.
Yeah.
It's always
this is our sport.
This is what we do. I don't know how hip hop has got to the point. I guess I'll blame Drake. Hey man, we buddy, cause Drake is cool. Drake is the cool rapper.
Dog, it's wondrous how many NBA players are like, Drake is like my best friend. Like, how does that happen? How is you everybody's best friend? Like all of these athletes is like Drake is my best friend,
So I don't see how we got to the point where we like I said, when Nas and Hov are going, now that's a different kind of beef, but we love that. When Pac diss Biggie,
I mean, it's
different
smart.
kind of beef, but we still talk about who has the best diss records.
It's smart though. If I'm cool with everybody, who's gonna smack me? I'm cool with everybody. Nobody's gonna come at me. It's just one guy that no matter how many times he extends the olive branch, which he's done like 5 different times, the little guy from Compton is not fucking with he's not fucking with you. He don't like it. He sees everything. It's gonna be great.
Do you have a theory that Kendrick and Drake really have some type of like actual like beef? They really dislike each other in real life? Or
I really think, I don't think it's a beef. I just think that there are some people that you don't like. And what happens when the person that you don't like happens to be your rival? It's up forever. I don't fuck with you, bro. I don't fuck with you. I'm never going to fuck with you. And we happen to be the two. And one of those guys, if he's pure hip hop, is like, it can't be two. It can't. When I'm gone, y'all score. When I come back, I'm going to smack you in the mouth. I said it yesterday on Mozzie. I was like, J.COLE is Akeem the Dreamville Elijah one. You were scoring and getting them championships when Jordan was off the court. When he comes back, you got to win chips. You do all that scoring when he's gone. Everybody complains about him being gone for 5. But it's quality over quantity. How many albums has Drake dropped in the last 3 years? How many of them were fire? I'm too sexy for it. That shit's easy, bro. Just add water. Just add water.
Right. I don't have a problem with Kendrick because he's earned that point though.
Yes.
He's got to, same thing with Cole, because Cole took years off, but from artists like that, they have the right to do that.
Yes.
They earned that. Because again, I don't want. Now Cole just put this. He's coming off a tour. He has to put something out to get the people talking because of the diss. You know what I mean? So he's doing something that he came back with the
sidebar. I got beef with you.
What did I do now?
I got beef with you. I didn't like you saying, well, Kendrick picked the best time because they're on tour. You know how mad I was looking at my phone? I could have thrown my phone across the room.
Look.
You know Kendrick's on tour, right?
But the reason I say...
He was on tour before they were.
No, what I'm saying is this is the perfect time, marketing-wise, this is the perfect time to put that. And the reason why, because it's all eyes on them right now. Everybody's talking about this tour. It's kind of like a big... In a sense, it's like a documentary. We're seeing this day by day.
You get smacked where you swung at me at. So while they're on tour, when they have those little moments where they're giving each other their kudos, J. Cole gives him his kudos, and then Drake goes, yeah, and I don't take 5 years to be Please, McCray, I don't do nothing. Like, oh, you taking shots? You could get smacked where you swung at. If you swung at me on tour, I'm going to smack you while you're on tour. It's not I'm going to wait until these guys are busy. Shut up.
But
What did he say? If you say my name, I'm going to come like Candyman. He said it. He meant it.
Nah, I just figured like this was a perfect time for him to diss them. We can't. This is the perfect time. It's not like they on vacation and not.
Their tour wrapped up, right?
Yeah.
Kendrick's has it. He's still on tour. He was just in Mexico. He's on tour.
But it's the fact that it's.
Why are you trying to save him?
No, I'm not. No, I'm trying to say it. But the fact that it's Drake and Cole.
Mhm.
This is supposedly there's the big three. All right. I'm finna look. All right, y'all shining right now. Let me kill all this.
It's not the shining. Is I don't like that record you said. I don't like that record you put out. I don't like what you're saying in my record. And you mentioned me in it. And technically I was supposed to be on it. That's the rumors. He was supposed to be on it.
But he didn't want to get on it, or
maybe he took too long. I don't know if he wanted to be on it. But then y'all got on it. And not only are y'all on it, y'all put it out anyways, but then you're popping shit. And it's on your album, and I don't already fuck with you. I don't even fuck with you. And you put it on your album, and you let people pop shots, and you let this motherfucker say he was Muhammad Ali. And I already told you in 2021, don't address me if it ain't them 4 letters. But nobody responded to that record. Smoking on your top 5. Burn that disc. Burn that hard drive. Last year, y'all fucked up all the listeners. Who dropped that year? Every time he comes out and smacks people in the mouths and they got nothing to say. They're always sneak this. And when he comes back, he's going to smack you in the mouth. This time he just happened to do it a little harder. You know what I'm saying? And with the subliminals, I'm not with that talk either, because when he first came out, the first time he ever said anything, he called people by name. Nobody said shit but Big Crit. And all Big Crit said was, they keep asking me about the Kendrick shit when he ain't even dissed me on it. Everybody else was quiet than a motherfucker. Okay. When these two are dissing each other, we are all grown. Everybody knows who's talking to who. You ain't got to say my name. If you walk in this room right now as an MC and say, ain't nobody in this room they turn that mic on. You didn't call my name. If you walk in this room and you say, can't nobody in this room whoop me, everybody in the room is going to say, what? Did you call my name? No. We are grown, bro. I'm not for it.
It was kind of weird to see, and it was mainly towards Drake, but you know, it was kind of like I'm going at both of y'all, because in first person shooter, he caught, and it was like Cole gave him his props.
Cole also said the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's exclusion, and you saying you that guy. Okay, this is hip hop. I don't think you're that guy. I've said on many occasions, I'm that guy. We could show me. Show me. If you that guy, show me.
You know, do you know what this moment feels like?
What's that?
Compared to basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Jordan and LeBron fans arguing with each other about this is what
I disagree.
No. I'm saying not like just for debate wise. Like it's like you know what I'm saying.
You use the wrong players.
That's I mean
you use the wrong players.
When
I love Kevin Durant's game.
Okay.
Kevin Durant is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's amazing. Just don't compare him to LeBron. That's all. Kevin Durant and LeBron are close, just like Cole and Kendrick are close. But he's not exactly Kendrick, bro. Just like Kevin Durant is not exactly Bron.
I've always felt like, and I say, I know I'm listening.
Oh, you about to say something blasphemous. I can feel it.
I've always said Cole was the better MC. Kendrick, you know, makes better song-wise. Same thing I'll say compared to Pac and Big.
I understand that.
I felt like Big was a better spitter than Pac. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt about Cole.
Big had the better flow. He was the better rapper. But Pac had a certain relatability. He could connect to you emotionally. He can say stuff that cut through your heart. Sometimes that's a little bit more important, more effective. I think it's fair to have the argument that J. Cole is a better rapper than Kendrick. I think that's perfectly fair. To be the best rapper, you must rap best. And when you get that pen tested, we can have this. We can find out if you back down from it, well, then that conversation's over. That doesn't mean he's not a better rapper. But when you were given the opportunity to show it, you didn't show it. in that debate.
They took an L.
That's it. We both on the court. You said something. I said something. I said, all right, let's do the 1-on-1.
It hurt my this hurts worse than because even when we'll go back to 2016 with Drake and Meek, I was expecting Meek to. I was expecting Meek to, because Meek was
but Meek is dumb, right? But also I think that this is what people don't understand. Same shit happened to 50, right? There is a timing. There's a society timing when things shift, and you don't see it. So when 50 was going against Ross, 50 exposed that he was, how you going to be the biggest boss and the biggest drug dealer, and you was a guard? How? So he exposed him. In 50's time, in our era, that's the end of your career. But the audience was like, I don't give a fuck, he makes good music. What do I do? That's it. Same thing with Meek. He exposed, hey, this guy has got reference tracks line for line. I understand for R&B, but for rap, reference tracks line for line, he don't even write for himself. He's not a real artist. He's not a real rapper. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, we don't care. He makes good music. You ain't got nothing left after that. What do you say? So I think even Drake recognized that. I was like, oh, you're done. You're cooked. He didn't know that times have changed. Same thing with 6ix9ine. You're a snitch. And everybody was like, yeah, we're cool. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't know. Okay, that's where we're at now.
Because the core hip hop fan base went from street to kind of suburban in a sense.
And speaking of your boy, academics. Mr. Shut-In, Mr. Never Leave My Bedroom, how is he online doing all this screaming about how Cole is a sucker and he's a beta male and all of this and he's a bitch and Kendrick is this and this and this? Didn't you get punked by Saucy Santana and started crying on camera? Well, why do we let this guy do this?
It's act. So
why do we let this guy do this, bro?
Because he don't have the. I gotta call that act.
Please do.
Act. I'm looking to the camera. Act. You gotta stop capping about this so-called friendship you and Drake have. Look, we see Kai Cenat backstage at the show. We didn't see him. Bow Wow, the cast from Power. Why are you in the stands filming a concert? You capping? I don't believe you and Drake are cool like that. Stop. I'm sorry. I just had to go.
That dude is a sucker. He is a sucker, man. Scared to leave his bedroom, only getting arguments with girls. Tell you he's going to call police on you if you... I can't stand a person like that. You run your mouth, and as soon as somebody talks at you, you're like, I'll call the police. Then shut up.
That's
scary, bro.
Because he knows he's not going to run into any of these rappers. Well, there's a chance. Well, I can't say that because you never know.
No. I do know. You can't run into nobody in your bedroom.
Yeah.
He's not out there like that. You crazy.
But, I mean, he can't get caught slipping, so you never know. Like,
when he gets caught slipping, it's going to be by a girl. Because he's a sucker all the way around.
Where do you see the future of, this type of the battle rap going now? Since this happened with Cole?
Well, it's going to have to be like a new crop of artists that are like that. These guys are generational. And I just want to stray. What we don't want is another Yo Gotti, Young Dolph.
Yeah.
That's what we don't want. We don't want street beef. But we need those type of artists to rise up first. People who take pride in their pen and I'm the best. Says who? This is what hip hop is.
Yeah.
There's always in this case, it would happen to be a top 3. It's usually 2.
Yeah.
There's always 2 in every generation. You know what I'm saying? And them 2 is always going to clash at some point. It don't matter whether they get along or not. Sooner or later, they're going to clash because it can only be one. That's hip hop.
Yeah.
So when the next batch come up, it's going to be a clash. Whoever's at the top. But I don't know who that is.
I don't. Yeah, it's kind of, especially with the way the music is going. I don't see it happening. This was just because we kind of expect this from them. You know what I'm saying? From this group in particular.
I'm just disappointed in Drake. Well, I'm always disappointed. But anyways, the reason I'm disappointed is like, look, this is not a guy that you've not been talking about for a decade. You can talk. You got plenty to say to this dude. Plenty to say. The fact that it's taking this long don't make no sense because you are the one who created the model of the fast response. There was no such thing before you. So now you want to take your time, but you're taking the time for it, dude. You got plenty of stuff to say. You got plenty to say to. You've been saying it for over a decade now.
Yeah, I don't know what's taking him so long, but I do know it's coming.
Look.
And he has to, because he can't hide from.
It's only two ways.
Now, does he have to respond?
He absolutely has to respond.
He in Drake's position in the
J.COLE didn't have to respond.
Yeah.
He has to respond.
I get what you're saying. He does, but and from the outside looking in, and you're MC, so I get why you're saying that. From the outside looking in, as far as like from somebody who's doesn't understand, they're gonna think Drake ain't gonna have to respond because the level that he's at.
The difference being like when Jay was on top, there were guys. Jay only responded to people who had a certain amount of prestige. You know what I'm saying? Or that he was invested in. He responded to Cam. He responded to Nas. He responded to Wayne. He responded to Mobb Deep. People who had cachet or had G14 class for me to respond to. Everybody else, y'all can get a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. He already told you that. I'm not responding to you little guys. Y'all can just have y'all say. Right? But first of all, you have to respond. This is your rival. Second of all, you've been talking to this dude for 12 years. Yeah, you got to say something back, especially when he hits you the hardest.
Well, we got to thank Metro Boomin in Future for
dropping soon
for breaking up the big three.
Dropping soon. I think Drake's own actions broke them up. He does a lot of sucker stuff, that pillow talking and sharing girls and stuff he does with Ross. I wish Ross would enter the chat. I really wish. I hope that he enters the chat. But the stuff he did with Ross and taking his ex-girlfriend or giving her tickets to come to that kind of sucker stuff, bro. That's what brought him. If you would just be quiet, I ain't gonna say nothing to you.
But that's his weapon, the female thing. That's what he's known for. DJ Drama said he's a sniper. That's
sucker stuff, bro. That's sucker stuff. There's rules, bro. There's rules. I don't get it. All these females in the world, and they're just like sharing the same pool.
That's the industry though. That's kind of a known thing. These females.
That's true. They just share the same pool.
And it happens to be Drake.
They all look like. I mean, even Future looked like a sucker to be mad over. That was another rule too. I'm not fighting you over a girl, bro. What are we doing?
No, the Future and Drake thing is not even mainly. It's a Future has something. Future kind of upsetting him doing the project with 21. Because you know what I'm saying.
That can't be the only thing.
But that's part of it though.
That's part of it. It could be a lot of reasons I don't fuck with you.
I think that's what started it, and then the female thing. Nah, man. But now this was a good time despite I'm ashamed to call for the public apology.
Well, it got us out of, I don't want to be that guy, but it took us out of the City Girls and Lotto and that era. I'm cool on that. I'm glad we back to this. Good.
Yeah, but I just felt like, I was like, okay, all right, it's time, because man, this is a moment right here watching it, because I remember being a kid hearing 50 diss Ja going crazy.
Yeah.
But even though but I'm saying like it's a moment like,
yeah, it was huge.
It's on and jumping now. I remember
it had been going on through the mixtape circuits even long before that and stuff, and that was a actual street beef.
I remember my reaction when I heard. When the day that Back to Back dropped, I remember hearing that.
That was rough.
I remember Push going that, and yeah, he won that. Push murdered. But I remember it. So like, this is like as a kid, man, just like it's taking me back to the years. I'm excited, and then when I see he threw in the towel early, I was like, oh, I already know Kai. I already know. As soon as I seen your status,
I thought, right, bro.
That's it.
I can't wait. But like I said. Once I get a chance to think about it, man, like I said, the hip hop side of me, this is unforgivable.
Yeah.
But the human side of me, I respect it, bro. Anybody that can follow their conscience and follow their heart and take a L in front of everybody and do what is unpopular because you got to follow what is inside, I respect it. As a man, I respect it.
He's lucky this ain't 10 years ago because Charlamagne would have gave him Donkey of the Day.
Yeah, but even Charlemagne understands. As a man, I respect that. When you go against the grain, even when it's not unpopular, because you gotta follow your stuff. I respect it. So two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
But it was a real missed opportunity, bro.
Yeah, we ain't seen nothing like this. We ain't seen nothing like dang.
What's the bigger L? The apology or being saved from one when you're losing? What's the bigger L to you?
I gotta go. I gotta go with the saved.
That's terrible. This guy been getting at you and your buddy Lil Wayne for years. Lil Wayne ain't even respond. You know what I'm saying? But he been going at you for years. Y'all don't like each other. At least he could say, that's actually my dude. And I'm capping. I don't feel right trying to downplay your discography that I love. I don't, it's fake. It's fake. I don't want to be fake. All these people who complain about, these niggas is fake. When you got a dude that's actually going, I was being fake. I don't fuck with it. You should respect that. Also, it's time for you to stop rapping about how you're dope or you're better or you're at the... Cut that shit out. That ain't gonna hit the same no more.
Nah, he
both at the same time.
He lost, and that.
Go ahead next to the chat.
He lost.
We still love you.
Throwing in the towel, kind of just, it. I hate to even think. I couldn't even.
I really think though. At the same time, I really think that what he did has endeared him to the fan base even harder. I think everybody thinks about right now, but there's time after right now. I think the female fan base for J. Cole has increased off of this. So I think that he hurt his career, but I think he has a potential to create something that's just going to push him right back to the top. People are fickle, bro.
He ain't lost me yet. I'm still upset. So
it's just, damn, my guy took a L. It happens.
Because, when you're a fan of somebody, so when they do something, you kind of like, God damn. Yeah. And I felt the same way about, and like I said, I'll go back to Meek. I felt the same way about Meek, even though I like Drake, but I was going crazy for Meek because he had this, that's coming up a few years from Dreams and Nightmares. He's having a run. Meek is on fire. So when
Meek was doing his thing, he was slept on.
And so when I see, it was just kind of like, so this is how I feel.
It was rough.
This is, I still respect Meek as an MC, and I still am a fan of Cole, and I'm still gonna, he's still gonna be my favorite rapper. That's not changing. I'm just going through a little rough time right now.
Hey, I feel the same way about, even though the standard is higher for him, and even though it was not a terrible project, I felt the same way about Mr. Morale. When Mr. Morale came out, your standard, you make classics, and you really ain't missed. Mr. Morale was well thought out. It's an amazing concept. Execution, I was like, I love my boy, but this is not it. It didn't. I think maybe years to come, it may hit a little different. But I remember listening to it, and I was just like, nah, this is not it.
No,
this is not it. So that shit sucks. So now when I get to see everybody talk about it, I was like, it's still better than all of y'all shit, but this is not it, bro. This is not it. That was rough. I don't really have too much rotation on it.
But my thing, I let anybody disrespect J. Cole in front of me though. It's kind of like only I can.
Let's take it outside then.
Only I can say that about it. You ain't talking about it. Okay, hey, public.
You think he needs to rebrand?
Nah, I don't think. It's just one of them moments. He's like you said, he probably has to revisit the project because now there's pressure even on him now, even more because there was pressure on him now because he's on tour. He has to come out and make a diss, and then now he throws in a towel. So yeah, he's gonna have to revisit. I won't be surprised if we don't get the project because I know it was coming this year.
He's got to revisit it. He's got so much. He's got to sit down with this L. Let everything blow over because with their fucking mind span nowadays, this is just like April, and then something else is going to happen next month we're gonna completely forget about it. Let the shit settle. Go back to the drawing board and make songs about this experience. And
when it comes, but I already know it's going to be an incredible album when he drops it. Like I said, I agree with that. Yeah, he has to revisit that project and then take that time off and gather his thoughts. And when it comes out, Because
That's what I want, man. Tell me
us
your
as
story,
fans,
bro.
us as fans, we're forgivable people.
Very much so. What I don't want, I think it'll be a fail if he puts out the Fall Off as is. Without this experience, I think as an artist, it's your job to reflect what the times that you live in and what you've been through. If I watched you go through something, but you don't talk about it, like as an artist, man, fuck out of here, man. You wasting our time, dog. I just watched you go through something that you ain't talking about. That's whack to me. So if he puts it out as is, for me, it's a failure. But if I get that patented J.COLE vulnerability, turn himself inside out, how he felt about the situation, what he was going through, what he was thinking, that's what I want. One of the best things that ever happened for music is Solange went after Jay-Z in the elevator. We got 3 classics out of that. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 classics out of that. So same thing. Go back to the drawing board. Make this your first classic.
Here you
Make this one your... I hated that line. I could drop 2 classics right now. You ain't dropped one yet.
Oh, my God.
Make this your first...
We already spoke about it on another
classic.
Episode. We ain't going
I know, this is... I
we ain't going there.
I just wanted to hit you right in your...
We not even going
Make this one...
Not during this time.
All right, well, let's make this one your most undeniable classic. That's what I want. I want this to be his magnum opus.
Yeah, no, I'm excited though. I'm definitely excited, man. But yeah, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely a good moment for hip hop, despite
we was almost there.
Yeah, we was there, but it is what it is, and we just gotta accept it. And as a Cole fan, I'm gonna admit Kendrick won. Kendrick won.
We take our L's. It's about to get messy. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Because with Drake, it's already know it's coming, and trust me, it's about to be. We're gonna be talking about it for at least a while,
a year or two.
Yeah,
we'll see how it plays out.
This is going to fizzle off for a little bit, right? But we know how Drake gets when it comes with the beef, and it gets to a different level.
J.COLE is forgivable because J.COLE is real, honest, authentic, vulnerable. You respect it. Even if I don't agree with you, I respect that you was real about it. I don't respect fakeness. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to agree with your honesty, but at least you was honest. So let's see what happens, man. Yeah, but he's gotta come on because when he does drop, if he drops like next month, I don't give a fuck, bro. I really don't. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. So he need to come on, let's do this.
Yes, sir. Well, look, folks. Hey, we live from the bricks. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been J. Ross with the one and only Kyle Phoenix.
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all check this out when this drops.